What's up guys, Bionic here. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video, another build video. We're going to go over my Steelskull. Now Steelskull is a very important champion for the end game, mostly because he's a debuff, a cleanser, a healer, a 60% increased defense, and he's also got the poison on his A1. So he fills a lot of roles, which makes him very valuable to have in your clan boss team, which is basically one of the main places I use him. So I presented him a little bit in this video right here. Hell Hades tuned him a little bit as well on my channel, not my channel, but my account. So feel free to go look at that video if you want to see some gameplay. But what we're going to do today is basically jump into his gear. We're going to look at his masteries, and then I'll also talk a little bit about what stats, or basically what the Great Hall bonuses are affecting his stats. Alright, so let's go right into the gear. Before I get started, do remember guys that I am 100% free to play. Okay, so the builds that I show to you guys is always a little bit like a budget build, and it's been a while for me to get to this point, so you have to look at my account in its entirety and how I'm able to balance all the gear sets on all of my champions at the same time, which is not easy to do, alright, when you're 100% free to play or a low spender. Anyway, so the gear, obviously a 4-piece lifesteal set, then we've got 2-piece speed. What we're looking for in this champion, this is not a hard hitter, he's a support champion. We really just want to get the right substats. We want him to be really tough, to survive long enough for him to support your team to do the damage. And as a champion that has the poison debuffs, you also want him to have some accuracy. Alright, so stat wise, speed, crit rate, crit damage, not that important, so we're looking really for speed here. HP percent, again, defense is what we're also looking for. So a nice 6-star helm right now, which is not fully leveled, but that doesn't matter. Like I said, it's working for my Nightmare Clan boss. Definitely want to invest in the shield as much as possible. Here I've got some accuracy, some defense percent, lucky enough to have some crit rate, but again, that's not the priority. Defense percent gloves, 6-star, so this took a while to get. Only recently did I start getting these types of pieces. Then we've got a defense percent chest, again with some HP, speed, HP percent, and defense, exactly what we want. We could have more defense percent, but you'll see that his total stats are really not that bad, and we were able to make it work with defense percent boots. So here we've got a little bit more speed, again crit rate, crit damage, not that important, resistance also not that important. Then we've got a flat defense ring, a flat defense amulet, and of course an accuracy banner, which is going to be leveled during the next artifact enhancement event. Now his total stats, we're sitting at about 20,000 HP. It's a little low, but remember my helm is not 16 yet, so that's a work in progress. We've got almost 4k defense on a support type champion. This is really good. So again, this only works when you have defense percent gloves, chests, and boots, and you're able to hit the right amount of speed on your substats, basically. Okay, so we've got some crit rate, crit damage, but this is not a hard-hitting champion, so it really doesn't matter that much. And like I said, accuracy is a little bit low, but it's about to get the boost to be just at 220, which is the sweet spot. And now let's look at his skills. Obviously, this is a very valuable champion, like I said in the beginning, so all of his skills are fully maxed out. Okay, so you're really going to benefit from this. Definitely invest in this champion. Even if he's not a top tier poisoner, as soon as you get a debuff extender, he becomes a really good, even better poisoner in that sense. And because he has such a good kit overall, then you kind of almost want him on your team instead of like a dedicated poisoner like, let's say, Occult Brawl. All right, mastery wise, we are looking at a pretty typical setup. Now I was trying something here with the heals. So far I have not changed it. I still have my reset, so feel free to, you know, not exactly copy this, but you may want to go, let's say, for a little bit more accuracy if you feel you need it. However, I have enough accuracy on my gears, so I wanted to get perhaps a little bit more out of his heals. Okay, and Cycle of Magic, I'm not usually a big fan of this, but you know, it's all right. Perhaps Merciful Aid could have been better, but then again, it only comes in play very rarely, so perhaps not a priority. Anyway, so I kind of like this setup for now. I am going to keep using it, but obviously War Master and Life Drinker probably being the most important masteries to have. And now let's look at the Great Hall development. So this has not changed since yesterday, or maybe has. Maybe I put one more point to resist here, but basically accuracy is maxed out. We've got some defense going on. We could use more HP, but again, being a not an arena champion, I'm really focusing on these stats right now for that reason. Currently in gold tier 4, just shy of platinum once again, but you do have to factor the extra 20% from HP, attack, and defense into those stats if you want to compare my Steelskull with your Steelskull. And of course, being a fully maxed out champion on my account, that means I am definitely going to use him in the Skinwalkers crypt. What's interesting is that I don't have a really good team. This is basically my only level 60 Skinwalker. Now he's able to solo level 10 or stage 10 of the Skinwalker crypt by himself, basically, with this type of gear and setup. It takes a long time, maybe about 5 minutes, but still it's a somewhat reliable way to farm that stage for now. So even if you are like myself and you only have this one guy, well, you know, at least he's good for that. So again, guys, that's going to be it. A quick build update for my Steelskull, how it looks on my account with all of my other champions. So I'm going down the list. I want you guys to have a complete picture of what my account looks like after 1 year of 100% free play. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.